Airs it out. McLaurin downfield. Hit him in stride, and the catch is made. What a throw and catch. This high snap, and good job by Tress Way. Hurts in trouble and brought down by Montez Sweat.
To be able to come in on the road and have a game like this tonight if they're able to close it out.
They're going to throw on 3rd down and 7. Instead, Heineke wisely, and now a flag.
Wow.
And that's going to, in essence, end the game.
That's going to end the game. This is Interesting to See, your daily sports podcast, news, narratives, takes, and gambling. A bit of a mess last night in Philadelphia. The Eagles lose their first one of the year, 8-1. Allegedly, there was a bettor somewhere who bet on the Eagles to win the game to the tune of $300,000, and the Eagles were such big favorites that it only would have paid about $60,000. That's stupid. Never do that. There are no sure things. Last play of the game is going to be controversial in that one. Like, rate, review, subscribe if you like the show. Tell your friends about it. My coffee isn't sitting right with me this morning, and what that means is that Tums are not just a thing that you take for your health in your 20s and your 30s. Tums are things that help you survive, and I could use a couple. The Eagles were undefeated. They needed a loss. They just played like shit yesterday. The game was interesting. They just couldn't. It was just meant to be. It was just meant to be a loss. Like, for example, there was late in the fourth quarter, there was a huge play downfield. It was Jalen Hurts to Quez Watkins, and Watkins is one of those things where the receiver catches it, and then he gets up to run, and as he got up to run, got tackled from behind and fumbled. You know, that stuff started happening to the Eagles. Last play of the game is what you need to talk about, though. That's what people are going to be talking about. On the last play of the game, Taylor Heineke is in the pocket. Let's watch it. And it's going to be debated. Actually, I've got it on yeah, here we go. Put it on Twitter for you. So this is the last play of the game. Shush.
A game like this.
And we'll just play it on loop here. So here's Taylor Heineke. He's in the pocket. He's scrambling, he's going, and then he just decides to go down. He gets hit late. People are having a difficult time. The debate is, did Brandon Graham have the guy that hit him late while he was on his knee? He looked like he tried to hold up. He looked like he tried to stop. Did he try to stop? Wasn't enough time. And then Taylor Heineke looks like he may have flopped. He gets hit and just like falls backward. I think the flop take is stupid. Brandon Graham outweighs him by like well over 100 pounds would be my guess. Maybe not, though. Probably about at least 100 pounds. That ended the game. 3rd and 7. Washington would have had to punt, and the Eagles were down by 5 and had one last chance for romance. Regardless, they never should have let it get to that point. It is what it is. Every team in the NFL who's good goes through these games. No one is good enough to go undefeated. They really aren't. The league, the other guys are professionals too, so they say. I would be remiss. So I wanted to, today in college football, because this is usually the day that we do college football, I wanted to make fun of the University of Virginia because they threw pick sixes on the first 2 plays of the game, which is funny. But yesterday, I guess Sunday night, 3 University of Virginia football players were murdered in Charlottesville, which is bananas. So there is someone who's in custody. It was a former football player. The people who were killed, receiver Lavelle Davis Jr. of South Carolina, a receiver Devin Chandler of North Carolina, and Deshaun Perry of Miami, Florida. They were allegedly killed by a former teammate named Christopher Darnell. He was apprehended, I don't know, sometime yesterday. So just a tragic situation, like a what the fuck moment. From what I understand, Darnell was kicked off the team. I don't know. Maybe we'll dive into it this Wednesday or next. I'm sure details are going to continue to surface, but this dude killed his teammates, allegedly. And, yeah, I don't know what to say about it, man. It's just like a tragic situation and thoughts and prayers, et cetera. And I'm not going to make fun of them for throwing 2 pick sixes now, even though they did get crushed by Pitt. Another weird thing that happened in college football. Vanderbilt beat Kentucky. Is Kentucky giving up? Is that a fireable offense? Is Vanderbilt good? Let's find out. Vanderbilt football. So Kentucky was a good win for Tennessee and Ole Miss this year, and also Mississippi State. But then now you're like, no, they kind of suck. Like, I can't even Google Vanderbilt football. It's like not coming up. Okay, let's see what the Doors have going on this year. So they are in last place in the conference. That was their only conference win this year. They're 1-5 in conference play. They're 4-6 overall. So they have to win out to become bowl eligible. Will they do it? They have remaining. No, they won't become bowl eligible, and I will tell you why. They're playing Florida and Tennessee, which Florida, that's not a given. Tennessee is in Nashville, which means it should be a sold-out crowd for the Vols. That's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so I'm sure all of those Knoxville people are going to Nashville anyway. Man, Vandy, that's tough. Tough look for Kentucky, dude. I mean, holy shite. To go from ranked to losing to Vanderbilt. Whew. Not a good look. They do have Georgia this Saturday, which is going to be their entire season. So maybe Kentucky will figure it out. But that was the only cool thing that happened over the weekend in college football. I'm serious. Nothing cool happened. Like nothing. It's good. It's good that the Ole Miss and Alabama game was good because it's just one of those weekends where college football happened. It's just nice to have it on TV. You know that you're home when Michigan's beating Rutgers or Nebraska or some shitty Big Ten team like in the neighborhood of 17-0, and then it ends like 34-3. I'm not 100% sure that's what happened. I didn't watch the game, but I didn't really need to watch the game to know that that's what happened. The college football playoff rankings come out tonight. Same old. You're gonna have Ohio State and Michigan. LSU, Alabama, Georgia, they'll all be there. Clemson's probably done. Tennessee's in the neighborhood. Oregon's coming back. They low-key have one of the best losses in the country now. They only have one loss. And oh, yeah, that's right. That was the upset. God damn it, I knew I forgot something. Oregon lost to Washington, so they're out. Bye. LSU escaped Arkansas. That almost ended their season. It was a emotionally hungover game for them. LSU is now... Unless A&M beats them the last game of the season, which no, then LSU is going to go to the SEC championship. So could you see 2-loss LSU and 2-loss Bama in the college football playoff? I don't fucking know. I don't know, but I know that what's going to happen is that the SEC is going to piss everybody off in the selection process, and then some SEC team is just going to embarrass the other teams for being there. I think Georgia, like if Georgia played Michigan, it would at no point be a competitive football game. Ohio State maybe because they have receivers and people know how I feel about receivers. Smokey the 10th saying goodbye to the Vols crowd. Smokey the 10th is the blue tick hound, I believe, that is the live mascot for the Tennessee Volunteers, and Smokey is retiring. Happy trail, Smokey. Look, I'm saying goodbye to everybody. Yep, I'm here. There he is. Look at your screen. Look at Smokey. Got Tom Brady news. Gisele Bündchen was seen picking berries somewhere in the Himalaya, whatever, somewhere in the mountains with a man who was her personal trainer. So, already moving on. Whatever. I mean, this story is finally put to bed. We watched an old man have his midlife crisis, and now it's ongoing, and he's probably going to win the fucking Super Bowl again, which would just be... I literally can't. Over the weekend, we had an AHL fight, the American Hockey League, where both guys knocked each other out simultaneously. Let's watch it happen. Here we go. Boom. Oh. It was Rock'em Sock'em Robots. These guys were like, you know what we should do is punch each other and not play defense. Yeah. See you in the show never, boys. See you in the show never. The NHL and the NBA are ramping up. Joel Embiid dropped 59 points the other night for the Sixers. Steph Curry is on fire. We're going to start paying attention to hockey and basketball at increasing levels as the weeks roll on and things get going here. The NBA has never been more interesting, sans the Golden State Warriors. And in the NHL, the Boston Bruins fired their coach, and people thought that their championship window was done, and it looks like Boston's going to be good again. I do not have the energy for Boston to continue being good. They are really, really testing their luck here. Fuck those guys, man. I mean, no. I just can't. Let's listen to interim head coach for Auburn, Cadillac Williams, in a post-game interview. Cadillac, of course, is a black man, and in the South, black men don't become head coaches, especially in the SEC, that often. And when they do, they're fired, it seems, quicker. I know that, I mean, the most recent black head coach, Vanderbilt has two recently, Derek Mason and James Franklin, but it really doesn't happen too often. So people are really kind of starting to fight for Cadillac Williams. He was, of course, the famous superstar running back of the Auburn team that got screwed out of a national championship in 2003. Let's see what he has to say.
How does that feel?
All glory go to God. God is good. I'm so appreciative of this Auburn family. Many fans, they showed up and showed out, man. The energy.
He is exactly what it is you think that he would be saying this. Good for him, Cadillac Williams. Congratulations on having the reins. And at worst case scenario, he's definitely going to be the head coach of a Division I college football program if he wants it. Even if Auburn hires the offensive coordinator of USC, which they're going to do. But this guy, it's good experience for him, and I'm sure he'll be back in head coach in the SEC one of these days. That's going to do it for this episode. Back and better than ever for Controversial Wednesday. Got Mitchell Miller update, and we're going to check in with Qatar and the World Cup. Jesus, it's more of a shit show than you think. See you then.